and then you die.
Yeah.
Stick loyal to the Imperium, and you don't get shot. Simple as that.
Right? I mean, it's like easily the only way.
Yeah. For the God Emperor Mankind. I'm not joking. That's my thing for like hurricanes. People are like, oh, you should evacuate. You're in a danger zone for a hurricane. The Emperor protects, motherfucker.
All right.
Hello.
What's up, Kenny?
I don't know. I walked into
Good.
something. It was a pleasure to walk into, I guess. Yeah. All right.
You're a pleasure to walk into.
All right.
Yeah.
So this is the Black and Otaku Gamers podcast, and we're at number 64. Holy shit. Pretty awesome. Happy to be here with everyone. And I'm here with my boys, Commander Cook and Nick.
Nickelodeon.
Not Rikutsu. Just Nick. Short for Nickelodeon. In the nick of time. He doesn't shave because he doesn't want to get nicked.
I shaved the other day, actually. Yesterday.
You're ruining the pun.
Yes. My job is to ruin your goddamn pond.
Damn it. Well, as you can see, I am streaming from my new place.
Location.
Yeah. Still working on it, but you can see I got like these cool little anime prints. Working on that right now. And yeah, so that's coming along. But something came up. We were trying to figure out what we wanted to talk about this week. And one thing that we did have in mind, we just weren't prepared for, but we found out recently that Nick, who has been dodging this shit for like 7 weeks, has finally watched Megalobox.
Yep.
Finally.
Yep.
7 weeks. Probably. Maybe
6 weeks.
8.
I watched the newest one that came out.
Yeah. All right. So
Let's just round up 7.
So,
Yes,
Nick,
You can say 7.
are you mad at yourself
Yes.
for waiting this long?
No, because I got to enjoy amazingness, and then I got to watch this most recent episode, which is probably one of my favorite episodes I've ever seen. It hits you right in the gut. Just out of nowhere.
I also think Megalobox is going to be a really good binge show. Like, I think it's something that when I have friends that are looking for anime, I can just say, watch Megalobox, just binge that shit.
Oh, yeah.
And
oh, absolutely.
It's definitely worth
100%
it.
agree.
What's wrong with you, Mark?
I hate you so much, Nick.
Did you say something?
What he said
Mark
about
got
this
sucker
episode.
punched out of nowhere, apparently.
About how it hits you in the gut. I don't know.
Oh. Right over my head. Must have dodged that.
Bob and weave, man.
It's going to be a lot of boxing puns today.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Well, all right.
It's going to come at you like a flurry of blows.
Shut up. But, yeah, like, Megalobox is definitely high quality anime, no matter what, on anybody's standards. I showed 2 of my friends. One of them, they were just trying to find something to watch, and I was like, dude, watch Megalobox. And I'm like, dude, I'm going to sit you down, and we're going to watch it. They watched the first episode, and my friend screams at me. He's like, put the next episode on right now, motherfucker. And I'm like, all right, relax. So I did that, and then they were just like, holy shit, that's so good. Obviously, there's like a few gripes that some people had with the last episode. Mostly, like, not just being the last part. So I could talk about some of my gripes really quickly. But if you guys aren't caught up, there will be some spoilers. Not much. Probably a lot, actually. Just watch Megalobox.
Yeah.
You know, why
Just
you
watch
here?
it.
You know,
Watch the
Watch Megalobox. No, but seriously, come back because we love you and we don't want to lose our friendship here. But
Yes.
so with Megalobox, the whole shtick right now is Gearless Joe, and a lot of people, they don't want to see Gearless Joe for the whole show, which I'm pretty sure everyone who is a smart individual knows that he's only doing this to get sponsorship. Once he gets sponsorship, he'll get better gear and fight later with real gear. I don't think gearless will go the whole route, especially since he couldn't beat Yuri with his gear back then. So how does he expect to fight Yuri later?
So I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think he could have beaten this. I can't remember the brother's name. This douchebag.
Oh, why do
It's
you
not
why do you not think
Araki?
that?
AI
Yeah,
fist.
the AI guy. Yeah,
Oh, so let me get to like where I was actually going with it.
yeah. You go, and then I'll talk. I'll speak my.
So I got really annoyed when like their ace in the hole was like this super punch that they made, and it was just all through footing. I was just like, what?
So there is a slight extent to that being true, which is why footwork in boxing is worth more than most people would think.
Yeah.
But continue, Kenny. I'm sorry to keep interrupting.
No, I agree with you to some point, but it is like very hard for me to say that that's okay with the short time frame in which they have to box, especially when he was going through all his bruising and all the other bullshit. So I don't personally think he was gonna win just on that merit. What I thought he would do is a lot of unpredictable shit that the AI just couldn't do, like couldn't deal with. Like I feel like that is the answer to deal with something that calculates all of your moves. You got to do some out there crazy ridiculous thing that they will never think of.
Yeah.
So they actually kind of covered that. They were talking about. I don't remember the guy's name. I think they're trying to make him sound like his name is R. Kelly or some shit. The other guy. I think Mark's looking it up, but I think they're trying to make him sound like R. Kelly or something like that.
I'm looking it up because I don't want to call him R. Kelly.
Yeah, well, I'm calling him R. Kelly until you tell me his actual name. But anyway, so
R. Kelly was doing some shit. He was peeing.
Yeah,
on
so
people.
they have this guy getting like punched in the face.
Yeah.
Like R. Kelly was just getting punched in the face by this armless boxer. No, I'm joking. But they explained that he was like he moves erratically and he mixes it like he's very his fighting style was a lot of switch ups.
Mm-hmm.
So switching from standard pose to southpaw to just going in and out, bobbing, weaving differently. And while that would throw a normal human being off, they did say that the AI was able to compensate. Because I think they said the sister had set him up to lose to that guy. Because that was what should have beaten the AI. And that's why I think what it's going to end up being is they're
It
going
is
to
the winner, R. Kelly.
What's his name?
Mikio Shirato.
All right.
No.
Is he
No,
like?
that
Is
was
he
that
dark
was the guy's
skinned?
name.
Is
Number
that
4.
why we're making this
Number
connection to R.
4.
Kelly?
No. The number 4 ranked boxer.
You're talking about the guy that he had to fight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Talking
yeah.
about AI fist, right?
No.
No,
The other guy. The number
The
4.
one that he
the
fought.
black one. Yeah.
So that's why we're calling him R. Kelly, because he's black.
No,
Okay,
his
I
name was
see where we're
something
going
like
here.
R. Kelly. Jesus. I feel like Mark hated me into that.
You mean Sugar Hill?
Sugar Hill, sorry.
What
I
the
don't know why I heard R. Kelly after that. That's still not close to R. Kelly.
Doesn't Sugar Hill look a band or something?
Yes, Sugar Hill Gang.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are they the one that do? It's a hip hop, the hippie to the hip hoppy, don't stop, moving to the thing.
Which makes sense because that was his fighting style again, was just being very,
Hip.
very variable. Yes, hopping up and down. But
Winky face.
even so, that got beat. So I think they're gonna have to be a lot. I'm actually surprised. I would be surprised that they don't have Joe in a. I actually expected it to be a motorcycle accident, and they're like, "All right, well, you had no arms. Well, we can give you these crazy fuck you arms."
You want an arm? Here you go. Some crazy shit that you
Yeah,
never expected.
Yeah, see what they're actually gonna do is they're gonna give them spring arms, and this can be a collaboration
Arms?
with Nintendo.
Yeah, it's just gonna be arms.
I like.
But no, like I agree with Kenny though. Like
Yeah.
I feel like the only way he can beat AI fists, I just said his name. I'm still calling him AI fists.
Sugar Hill.
Is it Mikio?
Sugar Hill.
Yeah, sure though.
Yeah, sugar. Yeah, or Kelly.
But yeah, the only I agree with
I
Kenny.
like
the
it
only
my
way
way
he can
better.
the only way he can beat like AI fists is if he does unpredictable stuff.
Yeah.
And like they did hint at that too, with them mentioning how like the AI is strong against other like gear
Mhm.
because there's a lag between the user and the gear. But the AI dude's gear, there's no lag because the gear is pulling him instead of him pulling the gear.
Yep.
Yeah.
So like, if there's no gear, there's literally no lag. So if he's doing unpredictable stuff with no gear, there's uh that should definitely be like an advantage over the AI, in
Yep.
my opinion.
And like for him to pull out the, oh yeah, you ain't gonna fight me because you ain't got no fucking citizenship.
Yeah.
I was just like, I was annoyed because I knew it was gonna happen. Like I knew it. They hinted just a little bit, and that just a little bit was too much. Like I'm not sure if you remember when like the old dude Pops, whatever his name is, he was like, "Oh yeah, we did all this without even having citizenship." Do you remember that?
Yeah.
He said
Yeah.
that like right in the
That's
beginning, and I
literally
was
that
just
part
like,
right there.
"Why would they say
But he's
that? They're
like,
gonna
Ray's
bring
like,
it up."
oh, it's because of this fake citizenship card that we've
I
done so much.
personally think
He's waving the fucking thing around.
we are a smart enough audience to not need that. Like
Yeah.
you don't even need to bring it up because it's such a short anime. Like, come on.
On
This
top
is
of that
like
too,
20
like there was that
episodes.
one little scene where the guy had Joe's stuff up on his computer.
Yeah.
So I was like, you don't need 2 bits of foreshadowing for that,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Also, thank you, Tilla, for hosting us. And I find it funny that no one finds it suspicious. Oh, what's his birth name? Joe. Joe what?
All
Like,
right,
that's fucking normal?
look. A Megalobox,
Like-
you use one name apparently. It's fine.
No, you don't. The other Sugar Hill,
All right,
like
all
all
right.
of the other ones we just said
That's
had 2
fair.
names.
But you
It's
know,
like, do you not think that's suspicious? I want him to address that. I want him to be like, how did you find out? You put down Joe as your fake name, dumbass.
a Joester.
Hey, Mindy.
Joester.
But it's like, what the fuck? Like,
All right, but what about
You know-
Yuri?
Yeah.
No,
Well,
he's got
he
a last
has a
name.
last name. Yeah.
he has last name.
Okay, I just don't remember them ever mentioning it.
Yeah.
I don't remember. They said it. They said it. At one point.
Okay,
It's
so
something Russian.
at the same time, I understand why they didn't put a lot of presence on that last name because with this series, it is like an homage to Ashita no Joe.
Yeah.
So like,
So that's fine, but did he not have a last name in Ashita no Joe?
the point is they want to put emphasis on Joe. They want you to not pay attention to anything else. They want you to be like, oh, well, they did it, or like, cool.
Yeah.
Like someone from the returning audience, or someone like me who knows absolutely nothing about Shino no Joe, still finds
Oh
it
yeah,
cool.
that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
I mean, like it that scene where he came up with the name, it was epic. Just him just saying Joe.
Yeah.
Oh,
If
also,
they tacked on another name to that, it wouldn't sound as epic.
it's
You
not-
know what would have been cool with it is they have like a fake language, right? They have like their own, like they use a lot of English, but they have like a fake bullshit. They could have just like typed something in and made it like bricks, like oh yeah, Joe, and then type in like a fake.
Do you
last
know
name.
why you said it? Like, I just want to make sure you guys know why you said it.
No. By all
So
means,
there's like a
but-
reasoning behind it. I had to rewatch the episode like 3 times, so like I know now, but like it's referenced like Average Joe a few times, where he's like riding his bike, and he then goes back to it when he's thinking about a new name, and then he's like Joe. There's like it leads up to it. It's like in episode 2, I believe. So like it's not just like they did it because of Shiro no Joe. I think it's like they actually wanted to make sure that it wasn't, hey, here's a random name. Like there was some lead up to it. It's just so hard to look at it as like a crucial story point because of how little it was. But I'm pretty sure that's like exactly why he was called Joe.
I mean that's
Because he
fair
felt
enough. I
some
can
kind
live with
of
that shit.
direct correlation to it.
Yeah.
So-
I love that. My God, we're 30 minutes in. And I've already been drinking.
So one thing I've noticed too, and I was watching with some friends and different group of friends, and they were like, "Oh man, I hate this guy." Talking about Pops, whatever his name is, and I was just like, "Dude, he just grows on you. He does. He really grows on you. He is such a good character later." Obviously, the last episode threw everything out the window, but like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
That's what I was gonna say, Kenny.
He is a good character. And even that little kid, as much as little kids like that annoy the fuck out of me, he's actually been a really good
No, I think
supporting
that the whole thing is like, it's like that saying. It's you got spunk, kid. Like I think every one of that team is like, you could say that about them. Even like the gruff old man like he's got his moments where it's like, fuck, that guy's got spunk. Like I don't know if I'm conveying that well, but and I think that for that, like you said, it's like that 50s style boxing thing. It's like if I think a 50s era boxer, like that's the kind of attitude. It's like, oh, that kid, he's like fucking really all in there. He's a bit of he was a bit annoying, but he's got that spirit, that unbridled fire. And I think that they pull it off really well. I think the whole team thing, until this last episode, they had designed such an amazing dynamic that I just couldn't not enjoy watching.
Yeah. It's just hard because like the last little annoying boy character was the guy from My Hero, Kota.
Oh,
So
yeah.
like when you look at him
So
and like his growth and watching Deku save him and he's like Boku no Hero and you're like, oh
Yeah.
my god, he's crying and he's just
It's
like
oh,
it's overwhelming. So yeah.
yeah. But right there is what you're doing is comparing an amazing show to another amazing show in different ways, in different strides.
No,
now, on to the
but
topic of my
it's the same dynamic in a way.
I don't think that
Not really.
the kid views Joe as a hero. I think he views him as like a teammate and partner and almost equal. It's like
Yeah.
I am part of the reason why you're succeeding. You are part of the reason why we're all succeeding.
Right,
Like,
but
we're a team.
I think
Whereas
from-
that one is like passing the torch of Deku viewing All Might to now Kota viewing Deku like, oh my god, you're my hero.
Yeah, and
Is
I
it?
think the point I'm trying to get to is like I think my moment where I was just like, oh, this kid's actually a cool character is when he was like looking at the picture of his family and he's like,
Yeah.
oh, they actually believe in me or like they actually trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
something like that.
Yeah, like it's
Yeah.
that realization, not really the path to it, because they're both on completely separate paths, completely separate goals, but it's just like that realization that is so like pivotal to the character and like the audience's view of him. So perception, really. But yeah, that's pretty much my only connection to the two. Like, I don't think like Kota and like this kid are like really comparable, especially since I'm not sure how much like I think we'll probably see Kota like one more time in the My Hero storyline for now, because I haven't even seen him in the manga again, to be honest with you.
I was gonna say, does he like show up in the spin-offs or something?
No. So he does show
He
up
is
again, but that's it. Like I think he shows up like once or twice, and that's it.
Okay. So, on the note of My Hero, the part of the whole thing was me actually finally watching Megalobox and awesome anime. The other thing we wanted to jump to was talking about other amazing anime that it's like the when you finally watched it, you wondered what the hell you were waiting for kind of thing. And for Kenny and I, we've been huge fans of My Hero since the anime was announced. I know Kenny's been into it a bit more than I have, and he's been reading it too. So he's much more.
Didn't you
into
start?
it than I am.
Did you start?
I started. Yeah, I started. I'm a couple in. I think I'm like one episode ahead now because I didn't watch last episode. So I'm guessing I'm about next week's
Oh,
episode.
you should still watch though. Like it's like
No, I'm going to.
It's the
Yeah.
only anime as of recently that has forced me to do both, and it's like really good at displaying like how epic shit is. Like one of my friends who's been reading before me, and he's been yelling at me to read. So when I read, he was just like, "Yeah, finally, motherfucker!" And now he's trying to get me to read Black Clover. But he messaged me and he was just like, "Dude, My Hero is just too fucking good, and like anime only watchers are gonna lose their shit in the next few episodes." And it's
Oh,
true.
I can't.
Because like the muscular episode itself was like everything I expected and more. So I can't imagine like the shit that they've been like foreshadowing in the opening. When that shit happens, bruh.
So Mark, you didn't get into it until about midway through second season last year, correct?
I think that's a
I
good
think-
place to be at though.
Yeah, tournament arc.
Yeah.
Especially
So, in the
like
middle
the
of the
tournament
tournament.
arc specifically.
Yeah. Well, describe again your thoughts because I remember it was
So-
very ecstatic.
Originally, I never watched it because I'm not a big fan of shonen anime.
Mhm.
Telling me to watch, like, I watched Naruto. I stopped right after Trinity exam. That is super early in the story. Bleach, I stopped. I don't remember when I stopped in Bleach, but it was like way.
It's probably
way
the
early.
fucking Bount arc, because that shit is trash.
No, I didn't even make it there.
Trash.
I didn't even make it to that arc, Kenny. Like,
It's not worth it.
I just dropped it, and then like One Piece and other shonen anime, I just really could not get into it.
This is just such a
With this show, though,
breaks the genre.
exactly, it has so much hype every single episode. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think there's been like any episode where like momentum just dropped. Like, I mean, it will drop for when it's like changing arcs and all that, but like it's just constant momentum like coming at you.
Yeah.
Uh,
It has no
and
chill.
then when I finally watched it, it was like, why the hell did I start earlier? I guess also one part was because it was on Funimation.
Another
No,
thing...
I did have Funimation back then.
No, the thing is, you didn't know that was on Crunchyroll, and then you were like, "What the hell, guys? No one told me." And then you just started watching, and you're like, "Oh, this is so good." Fuck.
I had Funimation when it started airing, but I canceled it because I wasn't really watching anything on that service.
Yeah.
And then season 2 was announced, and then it's also around the time when they added season 1 to Crunchyroll. But I didn't know it was added to Crunchyroll until like halfway through season 2. I was like, dude, guys, come on, why didn't you tell me? I would have caught up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it blew my mind when I started watching it.
So, My Hero is it's always interesting. Me being a manga reader, it is so hard for me, and I tweeted about this not too long ago. I was just like, I hate talking to people about it because people like to throw their possibilities and theories and stuff at me, and I'm just like, like I can't say anything. I just can't. But you're wrong. Like all the time, it's like you're wrong because every time they think this is how it's going to happen because shonen structure.
Yeah.
And I get that. Like, and I think I could say this without it being a spoiler. Somebody was talking to me about Bakugo and like what's gonna happen with him later, and they're just like, dude, Bakugo's gonna be like Sasuke. And then Deku's gonna turn into Naruto, and he's gonna like have to beat his friend. And I'm like,
For one, he already beat his friend.
Shut your fucking mouth. Yeah, he did several times.
Well, the thing is they think that this is Bakugo's moment to turn into a villain, which is a fair assumption.
Yeah,
with last episode,
kinda.
It's fair,
Kinda.
but you gotta remember that like Bakugo is a much he's very different from Sasuke, mostly because he's actually trying to be the number one hero.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the thing that gets to me is his motivation is fuck you, I want to be the number one hero.
Yeah.
Number one hero specifically, not like any, not like all.
Not number one.
He wants to be number one hero.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Like the villains have this perception that he just wants to destroy shit.
Yeah.
So like that's why people think, oh yeah, he's just gonna be
And
evil.
then,
and I'm like, dude, it's like you're not even realizing what kind of person he's shown you for the last 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Two actually, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, but still, and I think that it's. I can't wait to just. I kind of want them to get away, and it's like they're talking to Bakugo and Toriyami. I can never pronounce his fucking.
Tokoyami? Oh, are you talking about Todoroki? Because you
Todoroki,
know Todoroki. Yeah.
Yeah, Todoroki, and like the two of them will look like, oh yeah, no, fuck you, and then just kick the shit out of them. Like I want to watch that be an episode where it's like, oh yeah, we got them. Now to show them that we can be villains. So you want to join us? And they're like, fuck you, no. And then beat the shit out of these guys. Just fucking smash them around.
Yeah. Well, the thing too,
like that would just be great.
What was it? Oh, so the really funny thing, and this happens all the time in the manga, and I hope it happens more in the anime.
Is Kenny cutting out for you, Mark?
He is, but he's not cutting out on the stream.
It's because I'm
it's Discord for us.
This is Discord settings. Yeah.
All right, so
that's fine.
With Bakugo, he has a lot of really funny derp faces. And like they were trying to rescue Bakugo or like escort him, and he was just like,
Yeah.
huh, huh,
Yeah.
huh, and it's just so funny.
So good.
And they do that a
Yeah.
lot in the manga. I'm just not sure when they started, because I feel like it might have started last season. I just wasn't paying attention to it as much. But like that last
anime?
part in the last episode was just like lol. Yeah, in the manga it's been happening for a while, but in the anime it's just so new.
I don't remember it happening in the anime before this season.
Oh, it does
might
happen.
have happened a couple times.
The time where they're doing the internships, and he gets his hair combed.
Oh, he gets the haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he had a
Really
very
stylish.
big derp face there.
So one thing I want to point out is, hey Mark, I don't know if you read my article, but you know Magical Girls site,
Yes.
the brother,
Yeah.
the brother's VA. Have you realize who that is?
Is it Ida?
No, it's Bakugo.
It
Oh,
looks like
okay.
Ida though.
He looks like Ida. Thankfully, not that bad. So here's how I don't know, Kenny. I'm sorry to derail this. This is just a fun.
No, I actually wanted to make another point, but I'll do it.
Okay, go.
No, it's around the same thing you're talking about. Like,
Okay.
Bakugo's voice actor is also the main character from Blue Exorcist.
Yes.
And like, I don't know
And
why I
I
didn't
love
connect the
it.
two when I first saw it, but I was just like, oh,
Yeah,
that
he's
makes
such
a
an
lot of sense.
amazing. He's such an amazing VA.
He has such a range. It's
Yeah,
really good.
and like this one, the reason why I realized it was him was there's this thing where this brother is insane. Like this guy's like just fucking insane, beats the shit out of his sister. He's two-faced and just completely buck wild crazy. He has this thing where he just thinks of other people as filth. Like he's so much better than everyone else in the world. So he constantly calls them scum. And I'm like, oh, is it Kuzu, right? Kuzo?
Yeah.
I can't remember what Japanese is for scum.
That's-
I know it's
that's
like
fine.
Kuzu no Hankai is scum's a wish, but I just,
Yeah.
like he just says scum, like he calls him scum over and over again. And I'm like, wait, why does that sound for? Holy fuck, that's Bakugo! Like that was genuinely my reaction. She's like, oh my god! And I googled that shit. I'm like, holy shit, that guy is great.
Yeah.
Like he is such an amazing VA. He brings any of these characters to life so well, and that's why I absolutely agree with you. Like reading it is awesome. Watching it, I'm still gonna keep doing.
It's definitely worth the watch. 100%.
It's something that if you're not watching or reading, that's something you gotta get into right now.
ASAP Rocky. Why are you not
yeah.
doing it? That is the question.
We had something for Kenny, didn't we, Mark? That we were trying to get him into.
We have two that
SAO.
you kind of want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to do SAO or do you want to Attack on Titan?
We can do SAO AGGO for now.
All right.
So Kenny does not like Sword Art Online.
You will never, ever get me to watch that shit.
Kenny does not like Sword Art Online at all. We are trying to convince him of the fact that he should watch the Sword Art Online spin-off, which literally has almost nothing to do with Sword Art Online. They reference it once, and they have the VR gear, and that is. They actually have one callback to it where.
A couple times.
Well,
But
one time where it's like. Where they literally say, "Oh, why are you acting like that? This isn't Sword Art Online." That's like the one time they reference it directly, like in the course of the show, where it's not, "Oh, there's Sword Art Online, let's do that," or "Oh, that happened a long time ago."
They reference it in the latest episode.
Oh, I didn't watch the latest episode. That's why.
Spoilers.
Thanks.
But yeah.
I'm behind on a lot, but it is not Sword Art Online. It's good writing. It's actually good writing. It's entertaining, and it's very fun. It's very happy. There's no like fucking child murder or rape. It's great. Like it's really good.
I'm trying to think of a way to like an analogy I can make for this, for like how different it is from the main series.
It's better writing, and there's no children murdering people, and there's no rape.
There's like
I can't think of a way to. I personally can't think of a way to describe it.
There's like a gauge, right, for like SAO, for me. There's like good or decent, bad, and then like where does everything fit for me? Like, I would say the movie, believably or not, is like pretty high in the decent side.
It's much better than the movie.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Like I had a lot of issues with the movie, and I mean we've talked about
A
this
lot of
in
my
the past.
movie gripes are like, I expect it from this fucking series, so I'm not like gonna penalize them
Alright,
for it.
Kenny, how
Yeah.
about this? With Sword Art Alternative, they get into absolutely nothing about the technical side. It's literally just a story about a person who's using a video game to escape their issues of real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about the short character, right?
Think of it like MMO Junkie, but in like a Sword Art Online universe.
Yeah, that's very accurate. Thank you, Mark. Once again, Mark
It's
considers
that
killing
different
this one's
from
good.
Sword Art Online.
One of my friends literally messaged me and they were like, "Why do Japanese people have such an issue of being tall?" And I was just like, "What?" And then he talked to me about Sword Art, and I was like, "Bro, it's not like a Japanese thing. That's just a girl thing, right? Like some girls, they're
Not
tall,
even. It's
towering
more of
over
a.
people,
It's more of a. I don't fit in because everyone else is shorter than me.
and that's fair too.
It's more of a
Yeah.
tall
Yeah.
person thing.
So like, you actually feel that you can relate to this character. Cool. I haven't felt that way about Kirito since
Ever.
the first
Yeah, but
episode.
Kirito's like
the first episode of Sword Art.
Gary
Probably.
Joe
I
insert
gotta-
himself into this character role.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, you can't hold Sword Art Online alternative Gun Gale online to SAO. I was angry at myself because halfway through saying the name of the title, I was like, "Fuck! Why'd I say the goddamn title out loud? Now I gotta finish it. Fuck!" Like there's a pause in the middle of that where I wanted to stop and just yell at myself.
I heard
but
it.
didn't.
I heard that pause.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Anyway.
Kenny, it's definitely completely
Gun
different.
Gale Online. I wish they just fucking called it GGO.
Same.
I'd have been great with that. The
It's completely
rebranding was
different.
stupid.
It's literally only Sword Art Online in name.
I think like you can get away with just putting Gun Gale Online if you have like some kind of description or whatever right in the beginning of the first episode, and then it's just like, all right, cool. I'll never even think that they're related. Like they are related, obviously, but like it's not
Like,
It's
the
only related in
same-
the sense that it's in the universe.
Yes.
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like nothing else like relates back to Kirito.
Is the
Nothing else
book
relates
called
back
that?
to yeah.
Yeah.
Sword Art Alternative.
Yeah.
So I guess I can't hate them, but it's
Yeah.
I still
I honestly feel like you should give it a try because like
Yeah.
the show itself is like the feel is just that much different from the Sword Art Online that you know.
If it and the
It's
reason
the
why
garbage that you know.
yeah, the reason why I threw this one out there posted Attack on Titan is the return on investment from Gun Gale Online is so much quicker than Attack on Titan. It's
very
better
true.
with Attack on Titan, but it's gonna take you a long time to be like, wow, I'm glad I invested my time to watch this show.
So Attack on Titan for me,
I can convert people for Attack on Titan real quick in one sentence.
for it.
I don't think it's
If you like
that-
Gundam, watch Attack on Titan
dude, like the
because it's
animation,
literally a Gundam show.
the animation is nuts, and like what
Oh, yeah.
studios, you know, I actually really
Oh.
like them, and especially since
Ugh.
the one thing I could think of, surprisingly or not, is like High School of the Dead. So like for me, it's a how do I say it, guilty pleasure to like.
And
that
this isn't
show.
even etchy.
Yeah.
Like this isn't even etchy. That's the greatest thing.
Yeah, so it's like a very watered down version, and less no zombies, except you get that from Cabaneri, I guess. So I don't know. Attack on Titan. I think if I really tried, spent a day just watching it, maybe I don't think I could do the manga. I think it's
So-
tougher to get into that for me.
Yeah,
In
the
my
manga
honest
is
opinion-
rougher but better.
In my honest opinion, between the two of them, the anime makes some improvements over the manga, but I prefer reading it more because it's what's the word for it?
It's so much. It's such a better.
Easier to
return.
understand, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like manga, there's those squares that are just like narration.
Yeah.
Like you get some of that in the manga, whereas like you get none of that in the anime.
Yeah.
So
I do want to say, I believe that your initial perception of a show can be swayed so differently when you start watching something. Like, I remember Tokyo Ghoul came out and everyone was just like, dude, you gotta watch it. And I was just like, dude, this shit looks whack. I don't know what the fuck this is. And then, like, someone's like, dude, it's a horror thing. And I'm like, so I had a completely different perception of what it was when I went in. And then when I watched it, the first episode is so good. It is really good. Tokyo Ghoul's first episode is one of the best first episodes out there.
Oh yeah.
But my perception of what I thought it was versus what I walked into, two completely different things. Yeah. So I feel like with Sword Art, I could see that being the case. Where I walk in thinking Kirito and all this bullshit, and then I come into this pleasant girl that I could relate to, and get emotionally invested in, and see how Gun Gale Online is handled differently in this alternative. So I don't know. Maybe I'll try that one day. But Attack on Titan, yeah, we'll see.
That's what I really.
Yeah,
like,
that's
you have to have time for that. But yeah, I agree.
But yeah, and I mentioned this off the podcast, but like, there's the show Golden Kamuy or whatever that came out this season. So much hype before the show even started. I'm not watching this. I don't care enough. And then I see like a CGI bear, and I'm like, I quit. I fucking quit. I can't do this. It's like, I hate CG. There's a bear. It's CG. It's like really bad, and I'm just like, I can't. I can't. I barely got through it.
You barely got through it?
Barely. Mark's like, why do I do this podcast?
Maybe you as well need to get into no. Not Sword Art Online. Sword Art Online, alternate, Gun Gale Online. Fuck me, I did it again! God damn it!
So, Mother's Basement, he did videos on Sword Art. Way too many, to be honest. And one thing he always talks about is like how the first episode is so good. Sword Art's first episode is solid. But, man, once they fucking introduce, what's her name, Yui or whatever? The girl, the daughter.
Yeah, the daughter.
Just ruined.
Did you do air quotes?
Just ruined.
Did you just do air quotes just now? Yeah. I wasn't looking. I was looking at my keyboard, and then like I was doing air quotes. I look up. I'm like, did Kenny do air quotes too?
Yeah, I did take time.
Fuck yeah.
So like.
Yeah, no, daughter.
Yeah, and like he has extremely valid points across the board. Like it is just like it really downsizes the problems that they were having. It makes it seem like everything is not half as bad as it seemed to be in the first episode. So, personally,
you lost that horror thriller aspect.
Yeah, and it sucks because if they kept the same theme throughout the whole show, man, it would be such a much more interesting storyline. So it just sucks. I want to believe in like maybe a Sword Art reboot wouldn't be a bad idea. What do you think?
I think it would be good, but maybe this is just the grimdark 40k player in me. My whole jam with that show is, this is good stuff. I've got this tension. Oh, wow, that's crazy. This guy makes friends finally, and they just all fucking die or kill themselves. There's stakes in this. And then they brought in the girl, and it's like, oh, yeah, I'm this AI that can help you out like throughout the series. And instead of keeping tension, they really fucked it up. Like, had they let that girl die, I'd have been like, wow. Like, that wasn't a kid, so they didn't go out and murder a kid. But that's the closest thing they were able to literally do without killing the kid. And I think that would have kept it at such a high stake. I'd been like, man, this is a dark show. This is a serious show. Opposed to, oh, look, that's so happy.
Yeah. Like,
you need
dark moments.
You need
like,
that.
what the fuck?
Fucking
like they lost all the tension. They just let it go, and they're like, oh yeah,
yeah.
Like
they just dropped God mode into there.
Recreators.
Like, fuck you.
Mamika. When
yeah,
she
when
fucking
she
died, that was like whoa.
Yeah, I was like, damn.
Whoa, this is
That's
real.
serious.
And that's the kind of shit that you should have seen throughout, sort of.
Yeah. And I mean, the thing is her too, because she's like such an innocent, she's an innocent fucking magical girl. And I think that's why Madoka Magica holds like a lot of tension, because even though they later on kind of like, oh yeah, this has happened hundreds of times before, it's also tragic because this isn't like undoing that. This isn't them getting a free get out of jail card. It's these poor girls die constantly in a never-ending loop. And that's fucking awful.
Yeah. Another thing too is like a good example of this is like Avengers, the last one. They start off right in the beginning. Thanos fights.
I don't feel so well.
Thanos fights the Hulk. That is like the bar. It's like, here it is, Thanos. You're fighting the Hulk right in the beginning, and whoops his ass. Here is how strong Thanos is. He don't give a fuck.
With one of the he didn't even have any.
He beat the mightiest Avengers, quote unquote.
No,
so
he had one. Nick.
Did he have one? Oh yeah, he did have
he
one.
only had one.
Yeah. He had one.
So having that one stone and being able to whoop the Hulk's ass, and to be honest, they didn't even use the stone, right?
Yeah.
Because he just whooped him with like pure skill.
Yep.
So like for me, if you don't do something like that right in the beginning, then like it's hard for me to follow along with like what you're trying to like the story you're trying to progress through. Because I'm just thinking some crazy something random's gonna happen and it has no real method to its madness. Mamaka dying is what makes you think, oh, Altair don't give a fuck. She gonna fuck bitches up. Like, you need something like that, like just that one bar to be said, so you know there is a real consequence that can come out about something like these people fucking up. I don't know, like, it's literally storytelling 101, right?
No, I absolutely agree with you. It's like, oh yeah, no, we're here to do this. And if there's no penalty for failing, then who gives a shit if we succeed in that?
Yeah.
Like it's a little depressing, if anything.
Oh, since you mentioned Avengers, did you watch the Mother's Basement video on the?
No, I haven't. But isn't it like him pretty much
that
saying like Thanos
is a really good show, a good episode, good like his entire breakdown of the movie, and it's filled with spoilers. So only watch that video if you've seen the movie, obviously. But he does a really good breakdown of the movie.
But isn't it like him just talking about like just how he's the main protagonist, quote unquote?
Yeah.
So,
but when you listen to him and all his like reasoning and all that, it makes sense, and it really like, oh, what's the word? Like,
it hits home. It sells it.
Yeah. It basically like, this is why it was written this way.
And it's weird because Thanos is like a villain where they could just be like, we're gonna make him destructive and that's it. Oh, like, he's a mad titan. He doesn't need to have a reason to want to destroy half the fucking population. But for storytelling's sake and 10 years of movies, we gotta have a multi-dimensional villain.
They did a good job.
No, I'm saying they did do a good job. Not just for the fact that Thanos is multi-dimensional, but Josh Brolin in CG, I didn't even think it was CG after a while. I just kind of forgot. Because that's good CG.
Yes, that is good CG.
So, yeah.
So, they talked about that in a lot of his stuff. Like interviews and whatnot. One of my... God damn it, Tilla. One of my favorite components of that was... He was talking about like how he got into character. Like practicing the snap or something like that. Practicing how to do it with the gravitas. And like look like a Titan who is about to kill half the universe. He would walk around with fucking hockey gloves. Just to get the scale down. Like, just to get into the mindset of, if my hand was this fucking big and I was gonna snap with the amount of force that would destroy half the universe, what would it be like? And I think that the lengths that they went to really have that much focus and energy in it, like it's fantastic. If someone were to tell me, oh yeah, what's it called? Chris Hemsworth gouged out his own fucking eye to be able to know what it was like to fight with one eye, I'd be like, oh wow, yeah, no, I believe that. Like these guys are insane. They do all sorts of crazy shit because they went. I know we deviated far the fuck.
That's fine.
It's the same selling point of when you go hard on these things, it shows. Like that level of effort fucking shows.
So to bring us back to all of our conversations we've had earlier, I wanted to ask you guys, what are shows that somebody just sucked you into that you never thought you'd like? Like, I guess a good example for Mark would be like My Hero, because it's a genre he would never touch. And I think another good example for like Nick would probably be like Golden Time.
Oh yeah. Hinamatsuri. Like I got into that.
Dude,
on
that
BAYOG
is
because of
you.
Mark.
I don't give a fuck. It's not about like it being wholesome. That shit's just funny. It does not matter. But yes, it's great for my heart emotionally.
Yeah.
But like, it's just funny. It is fucking hilarious.
Yeah. It's a funny deadpan, but it cracked in. Like that was the little Trojan horse that got me into it, and oh my god, this is a lovely, touching show.
And that's actually really recent too. Like,
oh yeah,
that's really recent. What about you, Mark?
I'm sure.
Kill la Kill.
No, I was gonna watch that anyways. Like My Hero was like the only one I can think of in recent history.
Let me think.
I'm trying to think of one for myself because, like,
what about one for Loha? Let's speak on Loha.
Actually, you know what? Attack on Titan actually never got into like right as it started.
Oh, you know what I know for both of you guys, for Kenny and Loha? Psychopaths.
No.
Oh, Psychopaths
That
for
shit
me.
is for me. That shit is for me. I knew I was gonna love that shit. I just took way too long to start it.
I didn't know I was gonna watch it. You guys got me into it.
Yeah.
Like you
yeah,
did
yeah.
get me
Psychopaths.
into it, Nick. But I'm saying that like it's
No,
a show for
yeah.
me. Yeah, like I'm fine. With
Yeah, because I remember. I think that was like right when you recently caught up on Detective Conan or something. Like, oh, if you like crime shit, here's this.
Yeah.
And I know you at Loha was also like kind of iffy about it, but you guys really enjoyed it. I'm glad. Like when I can even guess. God damn it.
Oh, perfect. I just thought.
I tried to get Nick to watch Madoka Magica for so long.
Oh, that was another.
He never watched it until I told him it was made by the same guy that did Psychopaths, and he was like, "Wait, really?"
Yeah.
And then he finally watched it, and he absolutely loves it.
So, just thought of it. Kind of crazy. Haikyuu. I am not at all into sports anime. And that shit got me into fucking volleyball. That makes no sense to me. That's something I never thought I'd get into, and somehow I sat there and watched 50 episodes in 1 week. So, that's a show I never thought I would fucking try. Or even, like, think it's gonna get 10s on my anime list for me. But they did.
Hey!
Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Another show I never thought I was gonna watch. One of my favorite shows.
I'm impressed. It's not that I'm surprised you watch it. I'm impressed that you really enjoy it as much as you do.
Brotherhood? Brotherhood is fucking great.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I thought you'd like it, but I didn't know you'd really
well,
like it.
You also gotta remember that, like, it's made by Bones. And that's, like, one of my favorite anime studios. So it's just, like... I could see all of the things I love about Bones in that series. Like, the comedic... effect that they have, the crazy action sequences, just all the different characters. Like I don't know, like everyone in Full Metal is just really interesting to watch in general. And I felt like that even oozed a bit out of Full Metal Alchemist the movie. Cause like I feel like some of the characters had that charm, like Hughes, but
oh yeah,
it's just like. Because it's live action, obviously, you didn't have the same connection to these characters. And also, like, one of my favorite scenes from Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is when Edward sees Al at the door, the gate, or whatever, and he's like trying to bring him back. He gets pulled away, and he busts the door down, and he's just like, "I'm coming back for you. I'll be back." Like the ending theme playing at the same time, it just had such an impact on me. I had chills the whole time. So like, yeah. At the time, never thought I'd love it. Somehow, one of my favorites. Who would have known?
Who'd have known?
Would have known. Oh, another one for you, Nick.
Go for it.
I forgot what that shit's called. Sude Dure Children.
Oh yeah, that one.
Same here. Same here.
That
I didn't
one
watch
I
it
did
till
not
it's done.
I
think
don't like shorts either. But the fact that one came out, and what was it?
Aho Girl.
Aho Girl. Both of those came out.
I was gonna say
that same
Aho Girl
season.
for you actually is the one that surprised me because I know you
I
don't
couldn't
like
do
shorts.
that one.
Aho Girl is hilarious.
I love all the VAs in Aho Girl.
Aho Girl.
So good.
Yeah.
Like so funny because it's just like the stupid is so adorably contagious in that show for everyone except for Akun, who is the voice of Gintama. And so the fact that Gintama was the straight man of the show was so weird to me. Like I just kept losing my shit. It's like this makes no sense. He's not supposed to be the why are you being so stupid? He's the one that's supposed to be stupid. So,
But
it was
dude,
really
these
well
voice actors just got such range.
They're
like, look at
amazing.
fucking One Punch Man. You got Saitama and Genos, who are voiced by the same people from Golden Time. The same two main characters. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like just seeing that difference and like how they pretty much are switching dynamics.
Oh yeah,
It's
such a radical change.
I fucking love anime VAs. And like I don't want to shit on or like start the whole sub versus dub debate, but you know, like there's a reason why people like subs a lot and why they won't switch back.
Yeah, there's very few that I feel is worth it's good to watch the sub and dub. Excuse me, I'm trying not to burp. Like I'm actually gonna go back and rewatch Steins Gate in English probably. Just to have it up in the background.
I wouldn't do
Why?
Have fun.
What?
There are parts that it'll be lost.
What do you mean?
Lost in translation.
Yeah, like translation will be lost. Like the whole I am mad scientist.
Yeah. Son
Oh
of a
no!
bitch.
I've watched it. I've watched it dubbed already.
That part, if you watch it dubbed, it won't make as much sense or be
Yeah,
as funny.
no, there's other moments where I'm just impressed that they managed to do it. Like Mayuri dancing like up a staircase, singing the Chicken Nugget song. Like they translated it accurately enough and added their own tune. Like I was just like, holy shit, that's crazy. Normally
There's
you just keep the
special
Japanese
edge
songs.
cases. Special.
Yeah. Panty and Stocking is one of the only ones I can think of off the top of my head where fuck the sub, dub all the way. And that's because the Western style cursing is so much better in English.
Well, you also gotta remember, like in Japanese, like they don't have much swear words. They only have
Like
shit.
I can't think of a way in Japanese to convey
I'm pretty sure
something
it's
as funny
just
as calling
shit.
someone a cum dumpster.
They have like shit, and it's just like kusa
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
You know. So that's it.
But I mean,
They have
there's
things
also,
that
like,
can be translated to swears, but like
sometimes there are also like puns they make that don't translate into English at all. Like there was one episode of Konosuba where Aqua calls Kazuma Kuzuma. Didn't translate well in the subs, but like if you knew what Kuzu meant, it was like a perfect pun on his name.
Yeah.
Yep.
They call him in the manga they translate to Kazu Trash, which is accurate, but it's not as funny.
Yeah, and it sucks because like it can completely ruin the delivery on anything. Like I remember showing somebody who only watches dub a scene from Durarara that is absolutely hilarious. It is the scene where someone gets punched so hard, so far that their clothes just come off. And like there's just a lot of build up to it that is so much better to watch in dub, not dub sub. And it's just like weird to watch in dub. So it's just like it's hard. You really have to find the right dub for it. I think Devil's a Part-Time is probably one of the better dubs I've seen out of any newer series. Mostly because they even do the whole different language since they're in like a different...
Yeah, where it's like a underwater sounding speak.
Yeah, like, it's like a whole other language, and it like threw me off when I first like watched it because I was like, whoa, this is different, real different. But do you guys want to...
Ghost Stories.
Oh, Ghost Stories, yeah. But that's like completely different.
Literally completely different. Literally completely different. Yeah, I know.
But
it's because the show did so bad in Japan when they licensed it to the dub. They're like, yeah, just fuck it, just do whatever you want.
Yeah, that's awesome. So
run like there's a black person behind you.
Oh, also, one of my favorite scenes I've seen dubbed in a long time is in Dragon Ball Super when there's like Future Trunks and Goku Black.
Oh my god,
and,
I know what you're
he's like, no, don't shoot. That man is not black.
Like
as in like Goku Black.
The delivery was perfect.
And it was just so funny. They even stopped and they were like, oh no, we're not going to shoot him. It's just really funny.
Like, out of context, it's such a funny scene. Like, it's so bad, but it's so funny.
Yeah. So, we should probably end it here. You know, we've been doing this for about an hour. But we are here every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So, make sure you come hang out with us. Every Friday, we've been trying to do, like, a stream with one of us cycling through. Still kind of setting things up here, so like someday I'll fucking do it. But I have a lot of games I want to do.
Kenny, are you doing this Friday?
No.
All right, because I think it was supposed to be Aloha, and he's in Florida, so
we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, Mark and or I will do it. Who knows? Maybe we'll do Doki Doki again.
Doki Doki.
I can't do that shit. I'm gonna kill myself.
So make sure you follow us on all the good shit. We are on Twitch, obviously, because that's where you're watching us. YouTube, and that is usually uploaded on Fridays. If you missed us for some reason, then you can watch us on Friday. And we also on Google Play, Apple Music, and SoundCloud. There you go. I had to think about it. But yeah, make sure you come through next time, and yeah, see what we talk about next week. Isn't E3 around the corner?
Maybe. I don't know.
Next month?
Maybe.
Yeah, because like we finally know that Kingdom Hearts is actually a game. That's a thing. Because people actually played it finally. So who knows what we'll talk about next time. But yeah, thank you for tuning in, hanging out with us, and hopefully you'll be back next week. Later.
Yep. See you guys later.